Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv/the Xisuma. Gonna be playing on Hermitcraft. And today, my friends, we got some new music in the background. It's portcullis. That's as in the entrance to a castle, right? How fitting for some Dungeon Synth music. I got to see this play live. How cool is that? How cool is that? Alright, I've been AFK. The Steam Deck has been keeping me logged in. So I've been here for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And we should have some more drops. That being said, let's use free cam and just investigate the area where the piglins die. There's this new thing where they're called leaders. Yeah, so some will survive in this area for longer, but because we kill them with wither roses, our farm hasn't really been affected by the new leaders feature. Straight away, the noises are rolling in. Sir Tilf, thank you ever so much for 45 months. Tanny Glace, here for 82. We got Karen Cake, here for 25. You got your flag yesterday, awesome. Tweet me the flags, I retweet them. Share them with me on Twitter. I'm going to turn up the music a little bit today. That might be a bit strong. How about right there? Yeah, I want some more ghastly goodness. Mining in Minecraft, there's 3 piglets in a coat. Who would have thought? Slim Shady would have been something you would have brought. Yeah, yeah, we're digging again. It's just such a regular occurrence at this point. Let's dump out some items just because. I never use this stuff. I should really make a system that just auto dumps them at some point. I'll take those and store them. That's a lot of stuff. The netherrack here is slightly concerning. Oh no, look. Aha, right, a fill. Oh my god, this one at the front filled up and then it broke all the others. Oh, we got so much stuff and it's all broken and it all needs fixing. Ugh. I get too much blackstone and gravel from this thing. I'm gonna go put the gravel to one side and... yeah, talking about automatically dumping stuff, that would have been a pretty good idea. JSTP 3000 is here for 35 months. Good to see you, my dude. You're setting off the hype train. Winnie T4's here for 90. One more to go for Winnie. I'm opening my notepad with excitement and delight. Winnie, I know you've been around a lot longer than that, so thank you so much. I have made sure that you will be there in the next one. In the next one, we will see you in Evil X's dungeon. Weird Annie, thank you for 65 streams. Undervoid Wall, thank you for 49 months. Appreciate it. You got the flag in your room and it looks great. Love to hear it, my dude. Love to hear it. So for the peeps tuning in today, we have new music. Portcullis. Check it out if you like it. They're on the Bandcamp and all of that. And like I said, I got to see this played live, which was so awesome. I love me some Dungeon Synth. P256, it's here for 25 months. Thank you so much, my dude. Hope you're ready to relax and chill. Because it's going to be a chill stream, you know? That's going to be the vibe today. We're just going to listen to some DS and do some digging. Your flag is finally on your wall and it makes you happy to see. I'm happy to hear it as well. Like, the feedback on it has been terrific. Oh my god, it's such a mess and I don't want to deal with it. I'm probably going to chuck most of this stuff. It's such a mess. Okay, we'll just put the rest of that into there. Yeah, now I've got to play the game of like sorting everything to where it would go. If I stand back and throw stuff though, like some of this stuff is just going to waste my time to sort out. So I ain't even going to worry about it. String is actually probably a good one. Feels a bit mad to throw away a stack of leather, you know what I mean? But yeah, I want the quartz, all this other stuff. That'll be from the filter, by the way. That's the filter right there. And then there's another whole chest of it. Yeah, I'm gonna be pretty ruthless and just be like, off with you. Maybe the leather stays. Maybe those. Okay. Okay. Right. We got Hype Train level 2 coming your way. The animations are playing today. Inam in chat says good morning, X. Good morning to you. Also, oh, by the way, I got a hot cup of tea. Time to start drinking it, right? 6 minutes in. This is great. This is going to be an enjoyable cup of tea, my friends. The Cat Mistress is here gifting out some community subs. Thank you so much for doing that. Really appreciate it. Francis CMD is here with the Prime. Thank you for using the Prime on me. NFS Crips says Slurp. You're one step ahead of me. You're one step ahead of me. You watch this as you suffer from a fever. Not even a sick can stop me from watching X. Thanks for tuning in, my dude. I hope you you get the rest that you need. Thank you for 10 streams in a row. XVX Vinyl, what's the... Oh, that's the emote, isn't it? Yes, that emote. Oh, of course. He loved the HC community, was so kind to one another, says Ham. For some reason, when you said HC, I thought I read Minecraft, and like... I feel like you can go anywhere on the internet and find someone dunking on some other community. You know, just wander around and someone will tell you how toxic that other community is, you know? That's the internet in this day and age, it feels like. Let's see. Where is the actual filter bit? I haven't come to the right spot, have I? You know, as a long-time Minecraft community member, there's the period at which the thing that you're into is small and niche, and it's hard to critique. And then at a certain point, you hit like a critical mass. Interesting. I am totally forgetting how this all works. Is that the item filter? The filter is the chest in this system. I totally can't remember why I got cardboard golems in here now. Okay, we must have done it this way around. So if that's so, that means yeah, this one's totally broken. But this one here, we put no. It must still be broken because of that one. Oh, this is never fun. And then this just eats up like a huge part of our stream. Bill168, thank you ever so much for 115 streams in a row. Incredible. Faychild77, thank you for 21 months. Much appreciated. So yeah, like, once the community gets big enough, then there's people who, like, start to have another opinion on it and start calling it toxic and stuff. And I remember the moment when I first saw someone call the Minecraft community toxic. Yeah, I think we're good to put these up here now. It's not so much I remember the moment. I just remember being shocked by it. It was like, huh? What? How can you think that? And then you just realize once the community gets big enough and it's broad enough, there'll be all sorts of different types of people in it. And some of them will be rude and mean. You know what I mean? So then someone encounters that and gets a bad impression of it, but then that gets attached in their mind to the whole community. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I forgot the filter items, and also we need that additional netherrack. And then we're gonna need to put some in there, but I don't even know where that stuff ended up. Aha, that ended up here. Okay, so we'll reset that one up. There's wrong ones in all fandoms, says NF Grips. Yeah. The key takeaway is it's more about thinking like that. Thinking that one person's behavior is reflective of the whole group. Sometimes it is. Sometimes the point of a group is that it promotes some sort of ideology, and that ideology can be nasty and unfavorable, but, you know, that's a case-by-case basis, right? There was something that happened recently. I can't remember if I talked about it or not. It's kind of one of these things where you talk about it once and you probably never want to talk about it again. But it had a moment where I was reading comments online and someone put like, oh my god, another Minecraft YouTuber. And I was like, oh, please do not equate this kind of behavior to Minecraft streamers as if it's a, you know, a Minecraft related problem. That kind of thinking can be dangerous when done wrong, you know? Hype train is complete. Thank you everyone for your amazing support. I hope you enjoyed the animations. We've got Green Knights coming in. Subscribing. We got Addy G 107 here for 5 months as well. Hermitcraft still your favorite SMP after all this time. Thank you, thank you. Guess what? Funny thing, it's mine too. Oh, who would have thought, eh? Xisuma's favorite SMP? Huh? What? But it's actually true that it is, because I don't watch any other SMPs. So I wouldn't know what the heck else is out there. Ignorant I am. Okay, right, we fixed it all, thank goodness. I'll probably come back and grab some of these when I need it, but look all that quartz, that beautiful, delicious quartz. It's ours. This one definitely needs emptying. I think I'm just going to start getting rid of all of these. I was actually going to keep the bricks, but whatever. Like, when is that point in the season where someone's like, hey everyone, I need so many stacks of soul sand and spectral arrows. You'll just be like, I'll go AFK at my farm. For now though, there's a healthy supply here to keep you tied over. Right, we fixed stuff. Probably not fully, because there's some netherrack here, which means that somewhere one of those filters is short, and I can't be bothered to do anything else about it. So I'm just going to go back and leave it. It's not my problem now. LPMT is my favorite, says Wainbow. Bias? Oh, just because you play on it? Oh, it's my favorite. I happen to play on it. Jeez. What? What? Oh, there better not be any other... Who breaks it and doesn't fix it? Also, speaking of that, I got to put back 2 slabs there, which I broke and didn't fix. And Impulse, you got to put these away when you're done building, my dude. Okay, we need 2 slabs and 1 map. Sounds like an internet video. I regret watching that one. There is a lot of servers, but you only hear about them if they have large content creators. This is true. This is true. Lots of servers out there. How would you know about all of them? 3 piglets in a coat says, this LPMT server sounds interesting. I wonder if they'll be doing anything fun today. I'm sure they'll be having plenty of fun. It's a very fun server. It's so fun that if you're not having fun, you're not allowed in. Which is not fun. I'm joking. That last bit was a joke. Chill out, man. Chill out. Right. Now we've got all the quartz for future projects. We love it. Oh, I saw Keralis on a minute ago. Doesn't Keralis have... people have been telling me Keralis has traders we can trade with for the quartz. Maybe I'll shoot him a message. Where is... There he is. I'm going to shoot him a message. I think I remember having a conversation with Keralis about AFKing for quartz, and then he was like, "Oh, you know, I got all the quartz," and then it was like, "Oh, it turned out he had the blocks, which are no good. We need the full thing, right?" Edsa, 30 streams in a row. Thank you, my dude. Appreciate ya. appreciate you. We got some unknown maps here. This is... Wait. Brain fart? I literally just went into the chest. My mind thought I was looking in that chest. And I was looking in the chest that we were supposed to be looking in. I was like, how do all the banners get back here? Then it's like, duh. Yeah, I need to do some more filter organization over here. Not today. I'm feeling lazy. Actually, I've had an alright day. Do you know what? I think I have this weird thing in my head. I feel like I need to get stuff done. And I kind of beat myself up over it a lot. But today, I spent absolutely ages playing piano. And I love just being in that space where you're just like enjoying the moment and your thoughts on elsewhere. And I get that. I get that when I do music, write, compose, play. I get it when I do my snapshot videos or I'm doing Hermitcraft. But it's those spaces in between where I like, you're doing one thing and you feel like you should be doing something else. I feel like sometimes the measure of a good day is just how far you are away from that silly way of thinking. And it's more about how much in the moment you are. And I really enjoy playing piano and being in the moment. I think that's important. And we're in a moment right now. It's going to be a talky moment because all I'm going to do is dig today. I'm going to focus on making the space to put the redstone in. So if y'all have any talky topics or questions you want to ask, throw them in the chat. I will be your podcast of choice today. Something like that. Don't be shy, chat. Don't be shy. Jeez, you're making me feel like there's something wrong with the stream. Did the chat crash? I have 2 chats open now, so... Oh, it did. It froze. Interesting. The other one's fine. You have to do mum stuff. Have fun just being. Go do your mum stuff and enjoy it if you can. You put us on the spot, says a Kraken Bubble. Bear says we're thinking, give us a chance. Collectively. Like you're a collective. Collectively thinking together. Have I heard? You seem like a guy who has a bunch of dark jokes on hand. I don't know what gave you that impression, but yes, that is actually me. I really enjoy dark humor, and no, I will not be just randomly throwing out what like. Okay, I'll throw one out and then we'll move on. What did the crippled child get for Christmas? Cancer. Okay, let's move on. Have I heard of epic rap battles of history? Just re-listened to the Harry Potter versus Luke Skywalker, and it seemed like you voiced it. I did not. I'm aware of that show though. My favorite thing in that style is the Star Wars rap from Newgrounds, like 2001, 2000, maybe even earlier than that era. Bang a joke, you love it. As much as you love cancer? Okay, let's not. What's the largest animal you think you could cling film to a lamppost? Oh my god, that's... Like, imagine trying to do that. And like, what's a really kind of like slow, passive, like maybe a sloth or something? I like it when you take questions like that seriously because, like, you can think of a big animal that would like be difficult and strong and like resist you and fight back, and then like what animals are probably going to be a little more docile in a situation like that, you know? McDuck, I appreciate the dark humor. There's gonna be like a line here, and I feel like that's a line I wouldn't go with, right? I think in the right context, that's a funny joke, but like maybe here and now. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I'm just saying the vibe is probably a little off for that one. I mean, I push it. I push it with my little crippled child getting cancer joke. It's just awful. That's what a lot of dark humor is. It's just like, this is actually really awful, but we laugh at it for some reason. I think it's a coping mechanism. A cow would be easy. They would just be chill, says Shadow. You see, that's taking the question seriously. And you've got a legit good answer there. I think you could probably get a cow into that position, but then you also got to ask, how much cling film can you get around it to stop it from getting away? Because after a while, it's probably going to be like, I don't like what's going on here. Oh, we got to go. Oh, we got to go back. It's going to know something's up after a while, I think. And once it knows something's up, how much cling film do you need to like hold it in place? Probably a heck of a lot. So that would also be, you know, and the real way to find out is to do some actual experiments, you know, some IRL experiments. But that would be unbelievably cruel. So I don't encourage that either, really. Don't encourage cling filming animals. Sedation would help a lot. I think we might be bending the rules if we start sedating the animals. I think we might be, yeah, causing something. Would a giant hunk of coral count? I think it's got to be like a living, breathing animal. And then if you tell me, oh, but the coral reefs are alive, then you probably got a good point. Cows are calm, lol. Yeah, cows, like English cows, are really docile. Like, there's a thing that people do. I've never done it. I don't ever want to do it. I'm honestly a bit saddened that people think it's okay to do this, but there's something in this country called cow tipping. And it's where you go into a field and you tip over a cow. And you can do that because they're pretty chill. What have you wandered in here to? Well, I asked people to ask questions, and they wanted to know what animal I could cling film to a lamppost, and here we are having a deep intellectual discussion about it. What more could you ask for? You come from a non-tipping culture. I'm literally thinking tipping, you know, at a restaurant. I think that's the joke. Rules, is it a competition on who can wrap the most animals to a lamppost? No, it's the largest animal. It's not a quantity thing, it's a size thing. Cow tipping Midwest USA, favorite pastime. Does it happen over there too? That's sad. I don't like cow tipping. I do not like it. Just let the cows be, you know? What have they ever done? What is cling film? It's like a plastic shrink wrap. You can use it, like you can put it over some food that you got left over, put it in the fridge, reheat it the next day. That kind of thing. That's basically what cling film's for. Have I seen Scar's video with the Mumbo cutout? I haven't seen it, no. I remixed Scar today. It was a very spontaneous thing. I heard like a song in my head all of a sudden, and I was like, I need to remix that, and so I decided to do it. And so I made a little Scar remix track. Very tiptoes into that area, right? Like, I've wanted to do something like that for a long time. But I think it's important to take baby steps into things that you want to do, rather than think about the end product. So, like, in my head, I'm thinking of all those classic, like, Ellie Beatmaker remixes. And that's, you know, that takes, that's a skill. You gotta work on it. You gotta develop it. You gotta create an ear for hearing the moments and attaching them to beats and stuff like that. Well, you're not just gonna jump in the deep end on that stuff like I thought I might. So I did a little something, a real little quick and cheeky Scar remix, and I loved it. It was so much fun, and it was because it was so quick and simple. It kind of made me feel like, yeah, you know, I can start there, and then in the future I can go further. I know quite a lot of tricks for making music and ideas that I could implement and stuff, and you know, got to start somewhere, right? And we did that, which is good. And you'll get to hear it tomorrow. I plan on getting the next episode of Hermitcraft out tomorrow. You heard it here first. Digital Chaos, thank you ever so much for 24 months. That is 2 entire years of derp. Thank you so much, X, and everyone for the last 2 years. And thank you, my dude, for continuing to support. Do you know why your last stream crashed? You've been quite curious about how that happened. Yeah, so I was actually kind of talking about it. But here's the thing. I edit my own videos, and I listen to myself talk, and I realize there's this common thing where when I hear myself talk back, there's like additional context. And if you're like locked into the video, watching what's on the screen, you understand. If you're half watching, which I think some people do, then I see it in my comments where, you know, someone's lost the context and they've had to ask me a question, and the answer to that question is just in the video, right? Other times I know it's me. I know it's like, I think you're following me along, but if I listen to myself back, I can see that, oh yeah, I could have provided some extra context here to what I'm talking about. And I think on the stream, based on seeing what people were saying in chat, I was starting to explain, but I wasn't providing the full context. And this generally happens when your mind is in two places. You're sort of fiddling around with some stream-related stuff while talking to your chat. I don't think I actually said what was going on. I was sort of half getting there because I was referring to things that happened in the past. And not everyone watching was there to see those things and know what they are. So we've had issues with the stream that have caused it to crash before. And I had a theory that it might happen again. And then I sort of thought about it and I was like, well, maybe not. And it turns out that the theory is correct. However, I think it crashed for a different reason than it crashed before. But basically, if the Minecraft source gets disrupted in one way or another, and I try and restart the game, that can cause OBS to crash. And it caused it to crash. And I was kind of getting, like, I felt like I was getting near to the end of the stream. Maybe I just need to build my energy back up a little bit because I've not streamed for a few days. I've been elsewhere. And I didn't realize I'd only been streaming for just over an hour and a half. It felt like I'd been streaming for over 2 hours. So when I saw it crashed, I looked at the clock and I thought, oh, you know what, that'll probably do. You know, I'll leave it there. But yeah, so it ended a little earlier. We got Dev0 coming in with 90 streams in a row. Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming in with another stream streak. Did you try what Impulse said with the different plugin canvas thing? Yep. I spent about an hour this morning working on that. I find a lot of streaming stuff to be quite counterintuitive. I don't know why. I just think the way I would name stuff and make it appear in the program, I would do things quite different from a lot of stream plugins and stuff that I've used. So I found it really difficult to get to grips with. And right as I sort of just about got everything configured and working, there's one hurdle left, and that is to get the program to actually use my encoding settings, because it was recording at a very low quality audio, low quality video, despite me telling it to use higher video settings. And as I'm poking around into why this is happening, all of a sudden it crashed. I restart the program and everything that I've done has just been completely reset. Like, this crash caused the program to just forget all of my settings. Now, in my testing, I'd restarted it multiple times. It loaded back up. You would suspect that a way a plugin or a program was designed is like stuff like that wouldn't be possible from a crash. And the moment that happened, it really turned me off. I was just like, I do not want to mess around with a program that can crash. I don't mind that a program crashes, but if the result of that crash is that everything I've done to set this thing up goes back to step one, like, no thanks. Basically, it was just an immediate like, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to use this. So I got rid of it after that. I didn't really like a lot of how it looked and felt. Like, I just figured, yeah, sometimes software's like that. It doesn't feel particularly clean or well put together. But if it gets the job done and you can like build it into your workflow, all right, I can tolerate that. But yeah, it was a pretty like just a very like bootstrappy bits all over the place type thing. Urel says software is very low quality these days. I wouldn't make a statement like that. You see, I've been using software for a long time, and I can tell you, like, using a computer in the past was different. There was lots of dodgy software you could get on your computer. Spyware and stuff was way more prominent. These days, you tend to see some pretty good practices for using different libraries and compatibility and stuff. And my general take on that is just a vibe thing of like having used computer software for so long. It feels like, in general, the practices have gotten way better over time. Maybe we just forget all the details of like old software that was really naff. But also it's more accessible than ever to create and to distribute. And so kind of depends on where you go as well, you know, like with so much out there, it's possible that there's a bigger opportunity to find naff software. But yeah, I wouldn't just quickly say it's in a worse state. Things have got worse in terms of lack of optimization, and now with AI you get void code slop. So yeah, okay, void code slop, yeah, that's going to be bad. As for the optimization thing, I know exactly about that. So take a game like Roller Coaster Tycoon, for example. This game was coded in something called assembly, and you probably don't think about this, but there are like different layers or levels of programming. And like there's like a very basic, like direct to the computer low-level programming language. I can't remember if assembly is that one or if there's one below it. But then like you have assembly built on top of that. And as you like build one programming language on top of another one, you're able to like make it more human readable or gain some other advantages out of it, like make it easier for people to use. Oh, apparently assembly is the one at that level. Cool. So Roller Coaster Tycoon is written in assembly. And if you remember playing this game at the time that it came out, its performance was really good. It was just a solid game. You could lag it out a bit if you had a really big world, but you know, lots of rides and people in your park. But it was just a very well coded game, solid. It looked fantastic, and it always just seemed to work. And if you played other games in that era, sometimes you would get crashes. Crashes were like quite common, a sort of tolerated thing. I think, you know, you're always going to tolerate crashes to some degree because errors happen, but computers are way more stable today than they were back then. And yeah, so Roller Coaster Tycoon is written in assembly language, and that is some really advanced stuff. Like, that is not an easy task. I think his name is Chris Sawyer, the guy who made the game. That is some props to him for doing it all in assembly. Now, even Roller Coaster Tycoon is probably not the most efficient game. So if you go back to some of the earlier games, let's say like in the 80s, the hardware was getting everything squeezed out of it. And you can find some really cool nerdy videos on YouTube about like 80s games on the Atari and stuff where, by the way, we're stuttering here. Like, this is a thing that's happening lately. I wonder if it's related to having that on. Oh, there you go. It's probably because I've got the mega schematic on, right? And then we do this, and it's like, it stutters. I'm going to try and reduce the amount of stuff it has to render to help us here. Right, so these old games, like they had to squeeze as much out of the hardware as they could because you were working with such limited resources. And this led to all kinds of like innovations and programming techniques. You might have heard of a guy called, is it John Carmack, who made the Doom engine? Like these ideas that he put into that game are just revolutionary. You tend not to hear about individuals doing that anymore. It's kind of like science. We don't have Einsteins anymore because we've reached a level of complexity where like big teams have to work together to make innovations. Like, I guess you could equate it to maybe AI. You could say like, all right, now you know about Anthropic and you know about OpenAI, but these are like collectives of people. We tend not to have individuals so much making breakthroughs on that frontier anymore. Whenever you have a frontier, it tends to start off with like individuals, and then stuff gets harder and harder to do, and then you end up with like teams of people eventually. So yeah, in the 80s, you've got like very limited hardware, and people are squeezing every little trick to get every little kilobyte of memory. You know, every little CPU cycle is used to the max. And then as time goes on and we have more and more resource available, things like libraries start to come into play, and like programming languages that are built on top of other ones. Heart Gamer, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in, everyone. You're most welcome here. Risk of Tea says, one of my favorite projects ever was the time in uni the professor made us sort of programmed digital computer, which led me into implementing tanks purely in hardware, 0 lines of code. So much fun, taught me about optimization. My little story about enjoying optimization in code would be through the games 7 Billion Humans, and the other one that's like its sister game, if you like. What's that one called? I played it on stream. It's really good fun. I like to play it every now and then. Whenever I get like a bit of a coding itch, I like to go play that game again, and I love doing the optimization stuff. Uriel says, X, I was talking more about the fact that, for example, lots of apps now are made wrapping a browser engine instead of being native, so they use lots of resources for trivial tasks. Yes, yeah, I'm aware of what you're on about, like Chrome, the Chrome app thing, where the Chrome browser is essentially used as an app. I mean, like, there's pluses and minuses to this stuff, because this makes it way more accessible and easy to deploy, and it can reach more people. But you're right, at the same time, it means your hardware is using more resources to do something that could be way more optimized. And the problem there is that we've got the resources to be lazy. You need like scarcity for people to come along and then say, okay, we need to make this thing work. Because if you've got a smartphone in your pocket and it can do like, let's say we just use like a random number. Let's go with like 100, right? So like an old phone does 10 and a modern does 100. Okay, we'll call them units of work. Right, and you know, it needs an operating system that takes about 1 to 2 units of work all the time, and then you got some other stuff running in the background taking up a few units, and then everything else is left over. So on that old phone, maybe you've got like 5 units of work left over. And so any app that you want to use, we've really got to figure out how to get the most out of it. But then when you've got like 90 units of work available, all of a sudden your app can be a lot lazier. And so like that's this kind of like forever back and forth problem that we're always going to have. It goes way beyond coding. It goes with other things as well. You know, we talk a lot about looking out for our environment and being efficient and effective with resources, but like abundance leads to us being lazy with them as well. Because we can be frugal with anything, really. You know, we can treat all resources as sacred and to be used to the fullest extent, yet we have a lot of waste in our society. Callie1357, thank you for 88 months. Why are spiders so hard to catch? Because they're excellent at dodging and weaving. Now, spiders weave webs. What do they dodge? I've never really struggled to catch a spider. They generally just put your hands around them and pick them up. Uriel says, random VRAM becoming super expensive did prompt some to reconsider and put more effort into optimizing their software or game. Yeah, there's like a market pressure thing. This stuff fascinates me so much. And I like my Star Trek brain and how Star Trek like shows you how things could be different because of how like these alien races just have different values which like manifest into their society differently. Like, I often wonder if we were just built a little different and we were a little more connected to our environment and to each other and a bit more conservative with resources and stuff, like we could be so much less wasteful. Look, man, don't think about it too much, this Callie. You're talking to me. When do I not overthink something? Come on. Come on. This is my bread and butter. Just overthink. Like, look, we are talking about waste. On a deep level. Who does that? Who does that? You think we are close to the Ferengi at the moment? Yeah. Yeah, it does feel like that. I mean, we're a mixed bag. And I believe that the majority of people are good and decent and well-intentioned. And it takes some bad apples. One of the unfortunate thing about being a bad apple is that can lead you to strive for power and influence over other people as well. And that gives that like outweighted perception, right? I think we're mostly good, and a few bad apples can have a big impact on the world, you know. You came in the middle of something, but Star Trek's Utopia came about because they made it through World War III. Yeah. What I'm saying is the show is like a lens to, in my mind, to show you how we could be different. So when you see alien races and they have different traits or different values, it's like it shows you how things manifest at scale. So like Ferengis are naturally quite like selfish and oriented around possessions and wealth, and that manifests into how their society, you know, has a different history, different type of people, different values. That study is always really fascinating to me when they do the episodes where you like interact with other races and realize just how differently we could be if we had different values and stuff. All of the Star Trek aliens are essentially facets of humanity. That's true. That's true. Occasionally you get some more out of the box thinking, right? You love Star Trek and Star Wars. I've not seen Star Trek. To be honest, I like all the stars, you know. They're pretty good. Would be nice if big game dev companies focus more on game mechanics and story rather than putting so much effort into visuals, which most people have to turn the settings down for. Is that a dig at Mojang? I mean, I think a lot of people are really visually oriented. I personally like a visual aesthetic with a game, but I'm much more drawn away from realism, and I'm much more in favor of like style and simplicity. So I don't like the vibrant visuals, and I don't care for like AAA games that look super realistic. Maybe every now and then there's one that comes along that sort of, you know, crosses the frontier and looks more incredible than anything we've seen before. But in general, much of a game's pleasure to me, that is a dodgy missing carpet, comes from the game mechanics. So I'd be with you on that one. It's like, can we just make the game better? You literally just watched SG-1. Oh, let me think. Stargate 1, that's the one, isn't it? Prompted by the latest sad news of cancellation of the revival. Ah, there you go. Revived and then dropped again. I have a few nostalgic memories of Stargate as a kid, but I never really got into it. So yeah, anyway, like optimizing code in game, how do we get onto that? Like, it's yeah, as time goes on, we get like more and more resources. I think the point I didn't land is that you then start to get like libraries and programming languages built on top of other ones, and this makes it more accessible. It's like, for me to create something that's 3D, shall I write a 3D engine from the ground up in assembly code? I mean, that takes an astronomical amount of skill and labor to do. So now there's like generalized libraries that, you know, you load the library into your program, and then you run commands to interact with that library to do, you know, render 3D shape over here. And that's always going to be way more inefficient. You have to load the library. The library isn't optimized for the way you want to use it. And, you know, as computers get more powerful, we have more resources on them. We have more libraries. We have libraries on top of libraries. Like, sometimes you'll download an app. I downloaded the image to banner thing, right? So if you watched the episode, I talked about how I hadn't really planned out putting banners here. and so we couldn't really put that banner project on the side of the building. But the app for turning banners into an image, it's like 120 megabytes. And that to me says that is probably not handwritten code. That is just a bunch of libraries stacked together to get this job done. And it runs with gigabytes of memory. It like chops through the CPU when it runs. It's like, you know, a poorly optimized program. However, no disrespect to the people that created it. Like, they found a way to get the job done. And it gets the job done. It's just, if we had limited resources and someone really wanted to create that app, it could probably be a lot smaller, a lot more efficient, run more effectively. Vibe coded, maybe? It's possible in this day and age, you know? And I think one thing we shouldn't do with the vibe coding is knock people who are using it to learn. I think it's a great way to get into programming if it makes it more accessible. It's going to be like a hurdle thing. Like, we're going to go through some growing pains with it and then figure out how to make it better, hopefully, because making coding more accessible will be really good. A really good thing in general, because so much of the world now is like running on code. You're trying to program, says Flame Plaz. Awesome, that is great. I wish I could give you some tips. I've dabbled in coding a little bit myself, but nowhere at the level where I'd be comfortable pointing anyone else in the right direction. That's for sure. But there's so many resources out there online. Like, just keep looking until you find things that work for you. Whenever you find like a little thread to pull on, like something that's interesting and you can follow up on it, just like follow that and see where it leads. Don't give up. Don't create like too big of a picture, like, oh my god, I've got to create some sort of game and it's like a GTA open world. Like, just do like baby steps to get into it and stuff, you know. That's my like generalized advice. As for like, hey, learn this thing, learn that thing, I don't really know. I wouldn't know what to recommend. Programming tip 1, make it work, then make it better. Don't focus on optimal first, says Bert Potato. Yes, that's a very good tip. I would also add to that, make notes. Like, when I was learning to program, I left some notes for my future self, like, so that I understood what I was creating. And although I haven't really ever gone back to that project, because I've moved on from that little exploration, it felt like a very good idea at the time, because I'm new to this coding stuff, and sometimes you go back and you look at a thing you wrote the other day and it's a little bit confusing what you were thinking. If you add notes to your stuff explaining yourself, like what you're doing, it's easier to look back at it again. Think of it like a journal, like a coding journal. You got your code and then you give yourself a little journey entry about it, and that'll just be, a help for future you. Future you will be like, cheers, mate. Appreciate that. Also, concerning the aliens, if you're curious about the subject, there's a nature documentary on Netflix called Alien Worlds that imagine what life could look like in other worlds based on life on Earth, like an adaptive on a planet that doesn't spin. I've seen so many things like that over the years. There's always something to watch. I'm not as interested in watching things anymore. I just feel like I've seen so much of it. I like trying to be in the space where I'm creating. Whether that's music or video or streaming, like I kind of prefer being in that space rather than consuming these days. So I appreciate the suggestion, but it's like, it probably is something I really like. It sounds fascinating, but I am just, the idea of adding something to my watch list, it's just like, ugh. There's just so much of it out there today. There's like endless choice, it feels like, and I kind of miss when I used to really love rewatching particular shows and learning them inside out and stuff. But I am watching something new at the moment as it goes. I decided to sign up for my HBO subscription for a while so that I can rewatch The Wire, rewatch The Sopranos, and that's me like re-enjoying something that I know that I really like inside out. And before I do, I'm going to watch... there's a couple of movies available on HBO that look interesting. And I'm watching that Game of Thrones. The Seven... What is it called? The Seven Kingdoms? Or the Seven Knights? Someone in chat will correct me. You want to start streaming? Do I have any advice, Lady07? My advice is to just get started. Don't think about it too much. Just start streaming. Get going. Start learning. That's basically it. You just got to do it to learn how to do it and find out if it's for you or not. Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Yeah. Leap says it's amazing. It's all right. I really enjoyed the couple of opening episodes, but I noticed I really like mystery a lot, and when something's like new and fresh, and you got all these questions about like where it's going, I really like that moment. And now I'm kind of like not sure where it's going, but I am enjoying it. It's just, it has a bit of a sparkle right at the beginning where you're like, oh, we're back in like the Lord of the Rings world. Lord of the Rings, God. The Game of Thrones world, and like, where's this going? What's happening here? It's also got a great sense of humor. Very crude. I really like the casting and stuff and the vibe in general. But yeah, just something to watch while I run on my treadmill or eat my meals, and then I'm off. And speaking of running on the treadmill, I was running on my treadmill watching that show, and then what's that smell? I can smell like electrical burning, and it started with like it catches my attention. I'm like, oh, that doesn't smell good, and then like a few seconds later, I'm like, that's kind of concerning, that smell. And then like 1 or 2 more seconds, and then you're like, no, wait, this is not a good smell. I think this is coming from this room. This could be coming from the treadmill. So I like turn it off, and now I'm in like concern mode, and I start walking around the room, walking around the house, and I can pretty much confirm the smell is coming from the treadmill. And yeah, I haven't turned it back on since. I'm pretty sure that it's basically blown out. There's a motor inside it that's probably gone, and that's it for me. Like, yeah, that treadmill is done. Now here's the next thing. And if anyone's had a treadmill and had it like break on them and wants to share any stories or advice, I'm all ears, because I've been looking into getting someone out to fix it. And I actually did this research a while ago. I had a feeling that treadmill's getting a bit old. Maybe it's a good idea to get someone out to come have a look at it and just, you know, give it a touch up or whatever it needs, do a check on it. And I couldn't at the time remember why I gave up on that. I remember doing research and I remembering not following through with it. Here's the reason why. Absolutely every single treadmill repair service / tradesperson I could find had this same pattern on review sites of like good reviews for when it's like come out, do the adjustment, fix the thing, and then whenever there was replacement parts needed, everyone reported being ghosted. And this was like across, you know, multiple different services. It was a really like strange pattern to observe. Like, why are they all doing it like this, you know? And it made me feel like I was just going to waste a lot of money by calling someone out, because I'm pretty sure I need replacement parts. And it sounds like if you need replacement parts, they're going to come out, charge you a lot of money, and then you're going to be ghosted. So this, what does this mean? This means I might have to get rid of the treadmill and get myself a new one, which I really don't like, because I want to make stuff last, and we seem to live in a world that makes it harder and harder to you know, keep stuff going, and more convenient just to throw things away and get another one delivered next day or whatever. So I've been doing some research, and it turns out there's like safe ways to get rid of your treadmill, you know, like they strip it down and recycle parts of it and stuff. So that's good. But also I found a company that is like a gym equipment refurbish company, and they might take it away and refurbish it, which I really like the sound of, because, you know, it looks like I'm not going to be able to get a hold of someone who will fix this thing properly. But if a company takes it, it's on them to fix it, and they've got a good incentive to fix it, right? Do you loop the treadmill regularly? Yeah, I did. I followed the instructions for looking after the treadmill. However, it feels like, since I've been back to their website, it feels like there's more instructions than I remember, because, like, I wanted to maintain and look after mine, and so I put stuff in my calendar to, like, you know, do the loop thing every however often they recommended. But now there's all these other things about making sure the room's like got the right humidity, and like hoovering under it and cleaning around it and put it on a mat and all this stuff. Couldn't the company just fix it for you? No, they discontinued their like whole repair thing for the treadmill and the warranty. This is such a common thing that happens today, and we really need like consumer protection programs to step in and sort this stuff out, because it is ridiculous like how many companies just offer stuff and then pretty quickly get rid of all the warranties, and it all feeds into this way that we're going in society of just constantly like consuming and disposing, and it's really not good. It's good for the companies because, you know, they want a continual treadmill, ironically, of customers, right? They want that thing to break after 10 years so that you buy another one. That's good for business for them, right? I don't want that. But hey, we're here. Anyway, so I'm thinking, you have the parts, so fix it, says Same Plaz. I don't have the parts. I don't know why you think I have the parts. I am also not capable of that type of thing. Like, I have no handyman skills. And based on my recent experience repairing my dishwasher with spare parts, I gotta say, like, the stuff they put online to show you how to do it, they make it look easy. When you do it yourself, it is an absolute pain in the bum. And like, okay, the dishwasher's one thing. A treadmill, like, there could be all sorts of things going wrong with this treadmill. This is why I think getting a gym refurbishment company to take it is good, because they'll have an incentive to like refurbish it and find it a home. Like, that's their business, you know. So that way I can get rid of it knowing that it will get refurbished. Who needs a dishwasher? Well, I do, because I am allergic to soap, and if I do washing with my hands on a regular basis, my skin will dry out, my hands will crack up. Like, I can't do that kind of stuff. I have skin issues, so I need a dishwasher. In fact, the period while it was broken, my hands got really bad again. And you just made me quite thankful, because if I look at them now, they're in so much better shape than they were while I was doing all the washing up. So I legit need one. Uriel says, I mean gloves. Yeah, you know, like, faffing around putting the gloves on, probably. The thing is, like, when I put the gloves on, the hands get all clammy, and it has a similar sort of effect. I haven't properly done that, but like, my intuition is it's just the same problem, like, because I've done work in the past where you have to put gloves on, and that too causes issues, like when your hands get all clammy and stuff. All right, we got Shiny SC, who is continuing their sub gift. That is awesome. And you're now using your Prime. Well, thank you for continuing to be a part of this community. I appreciate it, my dude. Shiny, tell me, did you get gifted a sub and join the Let's Play Minecraft Together server? Or did you just get gifted one and decide to stick around? Right, this one on this side, we'll do that one next, because it's like down at this level. Oh, I'm not picking up blocks, but that's fine, because it's all just stone. And I don't care much for stone. I will make sure to pick up that stuff, though. You get so far behind on dishes that a dishwasher is a saver. Yeah, I wouldn't mind washing up. Like, I still do a tiny bit, but like, I am a like keep on top of everything kind of guy. So the dishwasher though is so helpful. Yeah, like I can't have a dirty kitchen. I always got to keep it clean. You did! Shiny SC! Oh, that's amazing. That's awesome. Well, thanks for checking out the community. I'm glad you're sticking around. That's awesome. Maybe if Waynbo's around, we'll be doing another little LPMT tour today. We'll see, we'll see. And gloves do help a bit for me, but I can't wear them long because my hands get sticky from sweating. And that is also a sensory nightmare for me, says Gravel Dingo. Sounds like a similar thing to me. Like, yeah, after a while, they get like clammy, and then that becomes a problem. Yeah, it's the whole thing. But I've lived with it for long enough to kind of really know how to just avoid all the things that aggravate it. And washing my hands is like the #1 thing. Just keep it away from soap and like fairy liquid, which is what we use, you know, when doing some washing up. Do you know what planned obsolescence is? I do. We were talking about that a little earlier. That's a little, like, that's probably not what's going on with my treadmill. But yeah, planned obsolescence is like you build something to last a certain period of time and then it breaks so that the customer has to come along and buy another one. And I hate stuff like that. It's so bad. And we really need to do something about it. But we're going to struggle to. Do you know what, people? I fancy another cup of tea. Can you blame me? Can you blame me for wanting another cup of tea? Maybe putting out an ad for mechanical electrical students in your area. They might be glad for the paid practice. That's honestly a fantastic idea. What's really frustrating is that I use my treadmill so much that, like, I really want to get it fixed for my health and fitness. That being said, it's a nice time of year. I can get outside more. But we're due for like several weeks of rain in a row. I'm sure I'll figure it out and get around it. Here's the thing. My garage is like... Hang on, no, I'm splitting up trains of thought here now. I was thinking about putting it in my garage while I figure out what to do with it. And getting another one so I can keep using it. Like, have a treadmill. But then, if I get someone to come out and fix it, then I've got 2 working treadmills. So, like... And I don't think many people would be up for buying one that just broke and got fixed. I don't know. Like, people tend to like to buy new stuff, right? Anyway, I'm still trying to find a solution, and my favorite one at the moment is the gym refurbishment company, because it feels like that way it goes to someone who knows how to fix it, can take on that responsibility, and it can continue getting used. Heart Gamer says, at that point, why not get rid of the treadmill instead? That's what I was getting at. I lost my train of thought. Like, yeah. If I put it in the garage, because I can't do that at the moment, and bring in a new one, that's not how that works. Like, for a moment there, I thought, well, if the garage gets emptied soon, and I can put it in there, then someone can come and fix it. But then, like, the whole point of putting it in the garage is so I could get a new one. It's like, until I figure out where it's going to go or how I'm going to get rid of it, the garage would be great, but I can't even put it in there at the moment. But yeah, I don't know, maybe putting an ad out for like a broken treadmill. Someone might want to come. That's another point. Like, if someone wants to take it away and fix it, I might even just give it away. Like, that's how much I value stuff continuing to be used. I'd probably be happy giving it away. I don't know. I'm going to go boil the kettle, people. Because I fancy a cup of tea. Actually, no, we'll do that in a minute. Where are we at here? Rainbow's typing in chat, so we're going to have an LPMT talk. That's awesome. Yeah, let's do a little bit more digging first. Could always put it on free cycle. Hello. Okay, notepad's getting opened now. I need to keep these ideas. So 3 cycle to me sounds like free recycling, i.e. giving stuff away. That's something I want to know about. Yeah, you see, there could be like a website or a service out there for like connecting people who will do repairs or whatever to learn. Like, there are moments in life where wouldn't it be good if, and then like someone's made an app for it or a website. Like, you need to know about these things. You need to know about these things. I found one the other day when I was on my travels, okay, and I got stranded in Nottingham. I was on a website looking for a hotel or something. I can't remember the specifics, but on this website, it had the location of this place and a URL that was spelled with 3 words. And as soon as I saw it, I just kind of knew what it was. I didn't know the exact details, but I knew what it was. And it was something like you can go to https / or however that bit at the beginning works. And instead of putting www, you put something like elephant.rat.car, right? And when you visit that website, elephant.cat.car, it takes you to a location. Like, I think it uses Google Maps, so like a location on Earth. Now, there are many combinations of 3 words that you could make with the English dictionary, and that can equate to a lot of different locations on Earth. And it turns out what they did is they mapped every 3x3 meter using Google Maps and GPS, and then gave it a 3-word combination, right? What 3 words? Burt Potato, you've remembered the name of it. That's the one. What 3 words? So the reason this is like really handy is because often sharing that stuff means you got to send a link with a bunch of like variables in it, and sometimes you just want to talk to someone to tell them where to go. So you can say, it's much easier to say go to, you know, hermit.craft.mining right, than saying go to goo.gl/UR1XT:***1x2109.3, you know, like something like that. Does what 3 words work as a URL? I didn't know that. Yeah, it's a URL. The whole system is a URL. What you can't do is just throw in your own custom stuff. It's just for the purpose of mapping Earth to a 3x3 meter distance. So anywhere on Earth that you can stand, there is a URL for it within, you know, a 3x3 meter area. It's super cool. It's such a clever idea. I feel like we need a few more things like that. Signing in to like Netflix on your phone using the QR code, it's clever. Like, I feel like it's a few steps away from being brilliant. Some of those services, you know, they're great, but they're not all the way there yet. You're old enough to remember addresses. Wow. Remember when? Where were you when we mailed letters? Where were you when we licked the stamp? Okay. That was weird. Dear Shemi, thank you so much for 85 months. Didn't I just resub? Oh, well, here. You might have resubbed at the end of last month and the beginning of this one. That way it feels like just yesterday, maybe. 7+ years, indeed. Indeed. Yeah, that's a really cool project. I've always wanted to have like my own little techie mini project like that. I've had 1 or 2 ideas over the years. I've actually had an idea. I can't remember what it was, but like I had an idea for an app and then saw that someone had made it one day, and I was like, well, it's a good idea. Someone else thought of it. But yeah, at some point I think that'd be a nice thing to do one day, is to just have a really solid idea and then develop the app and like get it out there. Actually, I've got something cooking. That is similar to that. I just remembered. I have a project in the works that it's Minecraft related, and its purpose is environmental. Okay, I'm not going to say anything else about it because I really want to do this project, right? And it's going to involve probably at some point hiring an artist to like give it a look and give it a name, and then it's gonna do something that's like environmentally friendly, and I'm hoping that it will like gain some traction for promoting that, and then like maybe I don't know what happens after that, but like I like the idea of people using it and it having a positive impact. I'm super stoked about it, actually. I'm super stoked about it. It's gonna get like into motion after the 26.2 update drops, and yeah, then this little techie project will get into motion. It's gonna be sweet, I tell thee. Proper bow, I tell thee. Talking about music, what is the music you most like? Norwegian black metal. That's what I like most. I've been listening to a lot of Dimmu Borgir today. That new album, I love it. I'm gonna keep listening to it because the more I listen to it, the more the songs I feel like I'm hearing those, like, their personalities. I'm hearing like they're starting to sound more like, I don't know, just those classic Borgir songs that leave an impression on you. They sound more and more like that with each listen, and I'm going to lean into that. Curious Norwegian right here, says Dear Shemi. Have you never heard of Norwegian black metal? Isn't it like your national pastime? Or something? I would, well, maybe in this day and age, maybe not. Like, it, you know, 90s into the noughties, it was probably quite a big deal. That's the thing about, like, 90s black metal, is that I grew up in an era where people were like, this just happened, it was wild, and we're on the internet talking about it. So, like, there was a lot going on in the scene for a few years after its, like, big moment. And, yeah. You're more into Finnish folk metal, but okay. The Finnish have got some folk metal bands. Is Fintroll Finnish? Or am I just like adding the Finns together in my head? Fintroll are awesome. I always like those. Hey, listen to black metal but not the Norwegian ones. Which bands are essential? That's wild. Like, that's wild. Like, it is, that genre is pivotal. Like, black metal, like, there's stuff before the Norwegians, but, like, that is, so much of the genre's identity comes from what happened in Norway. You should listen to, if you like black metal, you should absolutely listen to the Dark Throne, Unholy Trinity. I've written about it on my blog, if you want to give it a read. Those are some cracking records. Mayhem's De Mysterious Dom Stephanus. I can't even say these words. That's essential listening. Early Bathory, definitely worth checking out a few Bathory records. Probably best to like read about them and see what tickles your fancy. Because some of it gets a bit more like pagan Viking kind of vibe, and even that stuff's amazing. So, yeah, what other essential black metal listens? You have to listen to Emperors in the Nightside Eclipse. That is just a... whew, that is probably one of the greatest albums ever. I think it might be my favorite black metal album. That is a phenomenal record. I can just hear it in my head. In fact, I'm debating getting tickets for Fortress Fest because Emperor are playing there. And I feel like there's this like roll of the dice where I could go back up to Scarborough. I've been up there, I've seen most of it. And I'm just here to watch one band because a lot of the other black metal stuff these days doesn't really tickle my fancy. But then again, it's Emperor. They're like iconic. Another one would be Immortal. Immortal's first two, I mean, Pure Holocaust, their second one, is probably like the one to go to. If you really like their sounds, they're like, just keep going into their discography. It just gets better and better kind of thing. There's so much of that. Satyricon are another band from that era that I was never that massive on. But like they got some good records. I actually really like their album Diabolical Now, which comes like a lot further on from like the classic period. You got to listen to a few Burzum records as well, like the first, well, basically all of them until the synth records, and then if you want to listen to the synth records and you like that stuff, that's great. Don't like the guy, don't like his ideology, his outlook on the world, but unfortunately his music is incredible. Can you drop some folk punk names? I'm a huge Poke and Euroscar fan. I don't really know that like crossover section at all. Folk punk. It sounds like something that would totally exist, but I would have no inclination as to what to suggest there. You got to find more metal bands because the only ones you know that you grew up with are Typo Negative. They're awesome. Rob Zombie's decent. Marilyn Manson's classic. Yeah, you're looking like Typo Negative is like a much more eclectic kind of mix of metals. A lot of gothic, a lot of doom in their sound. Marilyn Manson is straight up classic 90s like industrial stuff. So is Rob Zombie really. So you'd probably like Ministry and Nine Inch Nails, Rammstein. That would probably be some good next steps for you with the metal flavor there. Thoughts on Slipknot? Tried using one, didn't have much success. So I would say slash your wrists instead. Okay, someone mentioned dark humor earlier. Sorry, just got to add some context to that. So I thought I'd do a dark one. I went for it. Whatever. I'm unhinged. I'm unhinged today. I went for it. Sprinkle some Korn in there. Korn's classic, right? I'm gonna see him again later in the year. I guess me excited. Never get old of Korn. Someone put the hinges back on that man's door. Oh, I need it. Yeah, other black metal albums. Let me think. Like, I think we've kind of covered the big ones. I know there's probably something that's like not coming to mind. I don't listen to it all the time anymore. It's just I just listen to like so much stuff. I can't keep listening to the same sound over and over again. But like whenever some of that stuff comes on, I love it. Chat, help me out here. Did I miss anything? And who was our Norwegian? Was it Dia? Have you listened to any of these bands? Anyone else like slam metal? Recently got into it. Have you heard Peeling Flesh? Like they are. I've never seen a slam band do that many numbers. I was just like, wow. This is an old genre. This is something I thought was like done and done. And it's kind of had some momentum going for it with that band, which is cool. The guitar riffs are sick. They're fun. They're cheap and cheery. Not cheery. They're like stunts. Like I love that stuff, but it doesn't. To me, it doesn't have an emotional depth. It's just like a bit of fun, you know. And like, I like having fun with music sometimes, you know. Just straight up nasty guitar tones, crazy wild extreme antics. I love it. It's very unique. You've not heard anything like it before. All right, it's been around for a long time, man. Slam probably got started in the 90s. Like death metal comes out of the mid to late 80s, goes through various evolutions and such, and slam probably emerges somewhere in the 90s. Gets a bit wilder. Gets a bit wilder when deathcore comes along. But then I think everything was getting a little wilder because the guitar tones were all just getting more and more extreme. Probably more of a production thing. X completely oblivious to the crash. What crash? Are we still alive? You got an original Bloody Kisses cassette from your dad, and I also have the uncensored CD Origin of Feces. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I also don't recommend looking it up, but I know exactly what you're on about, because when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, that's the record cover, okay. I see. What's going on here. X completely oblivious to the crash. Server crash, according to the others. There was a bunch of people leaving and stuff. Oh, shoot. Also, I forgot to set my status. We'll do that. I got no idea. I got no idea. And a site, I'll collect it. I feel like... Oh, did we only get... We only got a handful of blocks of it, yeah. You grew up with typo negative, but you got back into it because of what you read on the blog. Oh, sweet. And you found a few favorite artists reading it. Well, that's terrific, man. That's lovely, because I love sharing music. Music's so wonderful. And writing about it is a lot of fun. So glad to hear you enjoy the blog. I haven't had the itch to write for a little bit. I think I get more in the writing space when I'm playing Hermitcraft, because then I'm just like really... I'll be doing this, what I'm doing right now, but I won't be chatting to all of y'all, and I'll be really focused on whatever's music's playing. I think that's when my brain like really starts like to get the words and the itch to write, and so I haven't had that for a little while. Ever listen to Misere Luminous? It rings a bell, it rings a bell. Rings a bell. I listened to so much stuff though over the years, like, especially in the world of metal, like metal that's been around in the 90s and the noughties. I'd sort of gone down loads of rabbit holes finding all kinds of obscure and niche stuff, and really, really fun genre to explore. Which language do you think sounds the best for music? I mean, the music a language, right? the language... Wait, what way did I say that? Because music is a language. Anyway, I think you mean vocally. I mean, like, if I'm into the lyrics, then obviously English makes a lot of sense, but as for a particular... I mean, once it's not English, it just becomes cryptic and different, right? So most of it sounds pretty good. I'm trying to rattle my brain to think, is there any artist that I listen to that is distinctly from somewhere, and like that adds a lot to that element of the sound? But if nothing leaps out straight away, I think it just speaks to how I am with lyrics and that element of music. It's not quite as powerful as it is for other people. You can't write music well, but you do love to write. Haven't done it in a good while. I need to get back into it. A lot of writing music is like a skill, right? You just gotta practice. Gotta keep at it, keep writing. That's the way to get better. Rammstein's popularity for a German-speaking band is ridiculous, this chicken. I think it is and it isn't. I think it goes to show how if you really lean into something, you can find what's special about it. And I think, like, it would be easy to, like, oh, we're German, we don't have a big audience as a German-speaking band, let's do the lyrics in English. It's easy to do that. It's harder to, like, really, like, lean into something. And what Rammstein did is really lean into what the German language has to offer the world. And like, one German talks like they sing, or however you want to word it, on the Rammstein records, right? But that's them leaning all the way into like the particulars of the German language. I think that's why it works so well, because they leaned into it. I think you know, if anyone else comes along and really leans into it, you're always just gonna mention Rammstein, right? But like, you could lean into it and be effective. I think it's the sort of thing where if another artist leaned into it and someone listened to it and like they hadn't heard Rammstein before, they're probably like, "Well, I like this. This is going all in on the German." You know what I mean? They leaned into it. You hear some of Imagine Dragons music. I can't listen to their music. There's a handful of bands out there in the world I don't understand, and Imagine Dragons is one of them. It's all that kind of like hand clappy, whoa, like whoa, 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 chants. I can't do those. I can't do those kind of songs. What do you call music when you mix metal and rock music? Or music? Feel like you've missed a beat there. Feel like you've missed a step in the joke or something. Rammstein is such a good industrial sound, maybe from the German language. Well, all you have to do is go listen to Ministry, Just One Thix, New World Order, and you can hear the blueprint of Rammstein. Loud and clear. So, like, you know, Rammstein has a lot going for them, but you can go back and listen to that and, like, hear where they got it from. And I absolutely love Rammstein. What a classic band. There's some stuff out there in the world that's just got, like, these deep, nostalgic roots for me, for music I was listening to, like, coming out of school and stuff, and Rammstein's one of them. Linkin Park would be another. Old Man's Child, who I got to see on the weekend, they really evoked a lot of memories for me. Am I watching the World Cup, says Saucy Aussie. You know, the more the World Cups come around, the less interested I feel like I am each time. I'm sure I'll watch some at some point, and if anything, it's an excuse to socialise and to get together and have something to watch and chat and do, which I always look for an excuse to do. But yeah, not particularly excited, really. You'll check out Ministry for sure, and I reckon you'll love it, because they're classic. Autumn says, this song reminds me of that old game where you had to destroy the opponent's base by spawning units, and they would run to the middle at each other. You had to go up through the eras. Do you mean the StarCraft one? It was called Evo or Evolution or something. That was a weird game. It was sort of like, it was sort of balanced to kind of keep you in this like weird state of feeling like you're progressing, but it was a strange one because you get kills to evolve and get stronger, and you think that would like snowball, but it never really quite did. It always managed to find a way to like keep all the players playing and swing back and forth. Age of War was the name of the game. It might come from StarCraft. Like there was a lot of when the StarCraft used map settings scene kicked off, there's a bunch of game ideas in there that were like really quite unique. One of them became a game. Is it League of Legends? That's history goes back to like StarCraft, UMS, and Warcraft. And basically people building custom maps, custom games, and it got so popular that it became its own game. Like that's what happened. I don't remember playing much of it, but yeah, Dota's the one. Sorry, not League of Legends. Dota came from Warcraft 3, and I think there might even be a few like very primitive versions of it on StarCraft. Okay, that'll do. This has been some great music, by the way. Like, I really enjoyed seeing this live. And I'm always up for like listening to some dungeon synth. My problem with dungeon synth is it feels like there's like a lot of low effort projects that get thrown out into this space, and this one's got a vibe and an atmosphere that I like. And when you're browsing through all those different dungeon synth projects, it can be hard for something to like get your attention because so much of it feels a little low effort these days. So I'm kind of like glad to find another dungeon synth artist that I really like, you know. LoL was originally a thing based off of Dota. Ah, so one thing leads to another. Your brother is pretty much a metalhead. He got to see Leapbatch in Munich at one point. Oh, I think I know what band you're on about. Actually, no. The one I'm thinking of is Livestream, spelt with an A. Yeah, I might be thinking of a different band then. Did I leave some coal behind? I want to collect all the coal. I'm going to collect all the coal from this project. That we will do. And that we're not doing. Right. Gasp, did Xisuma say the Evo Evolution? The name of the game was like Evo or Evolution or something like that. Is what I was trying to say. It's a cool game. It's the kind of one, there's a few like lingering game concepts from StarCraft where I'm always like, oh, you can make a cool Minecraft map with that, but, you know. Do I use the Minecraft feedback website? I have done on occasion, but not in a long time. I've mainly ended up there to like see what they're adding to the game that's in the updates, because people love to go, oh, Mojang don't listen, and it's like most of the time they're just adding stuff from the feedback website. Most of the time that's what they're doing. X has played Satisfactory, right? Yeah, I played Satisfactory. Cool game. I saw that Factorio is releasing 2.1, which will be the last ever major update. And then after that, the game's just gonna like stability, bug fixes, modding support, and like the main developers moving on to other games, which I thought was cool. I very much love that game and respect it, but I will probably never play it again unless it is with friends. Because it is an endless time sink of optimization and doing things faster. Its gameplay loop is just like this dense pull of like optimize, and it got to the point when I last played it where I couldn't stop thinking about it. It was like disrupting my sleep, and then after a little while after that, I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, I'm just constantly spending hours designing, redesigning. Things ain't good enough. Like, I got into some weird places where I kept making my factory like bigger and more efficient, and it still wasn't enough. I was still running into these problems, and I thought, I thought I've calculated this, but it turns out I need more, and it just got mad, and I was like, I've had enough. I can't keep doing this. I gotta quit. And I'm glad that I did, because I don't feel that way when I make music. I seem to be able to just focus on the music for hours on end, and after I go, that was bloody brilliant. It's a very different feeling. So now I do that instead. You see conveyor belts in your dreams when you play it too much. I am not surprised. Might not actually need to go much lower over here. Maybe I should adopt a different strategy of like starting at the bottom and digging my way up. That sounds smarter. It might not feel it, because digging up can be a bit of a pain sometimes. But if we were to do that, like, we would see immediately that this area here has the lowest note blocks. So we could start by like going all the way back to here somewhere. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Now let's bring down the render distance a bit to avoid more frame lag and stuttering and stuff. But we're playing smart today, aren't we? We're playing smart. Dreams are so weird. I don't really remember them other than a random part once a month maybe. Or when you do that, try and just latch onto it and like explore it as much as you can and see if you can figure out how far that little memory goes back. And yeah, maybe with time, like you'll get a little bit better at remembering it. It's like a skill, you know, it's like a muscle, you got to work on it. I've always been so fascinated by them that I've always, you know, woken up vague bit of memory. I always take the time to think about it a little bit, just out of natural curiosity, and I think that's given me that ability to always remember the dreams, you know. Did I finish a playthrough of Factorio? Yeah, quite a few times. I mean, I played that game. Fun story, this channel, this community, it's not the same one it was all the way back then, but we helped that game get funding. Like, they were struggling to meet their Kickstarter goal to fund the development of the game. I talked to the developers, we did a giveaway, and then after we did that little giveaway thing, they got their funding goal together and was able to develop the game. That's a cool little story right there. Are we collecting the granite? We are now. Okay, let's go this way a bit. Try to write something from your dream as soon as you wake up. It helps remembering. Yeah, I'd say if you're really keen on remembering, if you really want to do it, that's a great suggestion. Just like have a dream journal, because not only do you then write it down and describe it to yourself, you get to read it back later. I think that way you'll make some really strong connections with remembering the dreams and give yourself like a much better chance of developing that skill. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go do some repairs again. Just a hunch, just a feeling. And if we go to the Nether, we can stock up as well. Ugh! Okay, not quite. Hi everyone, late to stream. Oops, is this a chill one? They're always chill ones, right? They're always pretty chill, these streams. Right, we're going to the end dimension. Just need to tell myself that. I'm also probably going to want to put some things in here. Probably never going to use this door, right? But in it goes. The other stuff I think I'll stand straight up. These all go to the same chest, these ones, and that chest is continuously filling up. I think I might have to address that at some point. Otherwise my storage might back up. Right, before we repair tools, we're going to do a little something else. I just remembered. We're doing a hot air balloon tour today on Let's Play Minecraft together. Oh, cool. And our tour for today is Spooky Doki's Castle and Town. Spooky, I remember some of your bases in the past being pretty magnificent. So the bar is set high. A castle with a small town. The first two floors of the castle have been fully decorated, and the third and fourth floor has been started. The outside of the castle has its shape done, but details like windows will be built while the interiors are being done for these floors. For the town, the first two houses are in the decorated, and with more to come. There are many armor stands around the place, which are best viewed in creative/survival. Spectator makes them look weird. That makes a lot of sense. Let me grab these coords. Calvin says, yay, LPMT! Let's get some hype for LPMT. It's time for a tour. Inspiration. And things like it. For you, today. Alright. So I've got to get out of Spectator. Remember that. Someone give me a sword before I break something. Okay. Chilling out on the bench, looking at a tree. Happy Ghast, looking happy. Lovely buildings here out the front. Got a collection of doggies. It'd be a shame if something happened to them. I'm joking. I am holding a sword. That is to stop me breaking blocks. Oh. I thought that was a face in the jar. Hey, that's a really nice idea to put some cookies and stuff in the glass blocks. Oh, and I thought it was a daylight sensor, but it's a trapdoor. That's super cool. Clever use of armor stands. All right, building number 2. Vincent Van Gogh. I love it. What a pun. Oh, don't kick me, buddy. Also, that armor stand, that is a great way to use that for a canvas. Very cool. I feel like this is not a chair. What is this? Like a block of something. Block of paint. I love that. Painting palette. Oh, mixing up the colors. Really good stuff. I did a little bit of that myself last season, some of you might remember. It's kind of like an easy one to get into, the old painting in Minecraft. It's got quite a few things that help you sell that picture. This is a castle, and we are listening to some absolute castle music. We are literally at the portcullis. And now it starts raining. Of course it does. And then it starts snowing. That actually makes it pretty darn atmospheric in here. Alright, I'm taking the immersive route today. We're not flying around. We're fully embracing it. And there's some hot air balloons. Alright, this is cool. Love the framing of the paintings. Got a little king here with their crown. I hear the warden. Oh, wait. Do your thing, buddy. Do your thing, Mr. Warden. Oh, come on. Do I have, like, night vision? Okay. I was expecting to be plunged into darkness, which would be very fitting for a castle like this. It's definitely got a vibe once you get rid of the night vision, for sure. What's that going on there? Wait. You want to be a creeper? Why am I eating TNT? Are they all having conversations? Oh, that's cool. That's crazy cool. Ha! That's awesome. It's very cool in here, very cool. Oh, it's like a dungeon dance floor. I'm just out of range, this Heart Gamer. Does this take me up? That takes me up. Let's oh, I was gonna whiz back, but I'm in the wrong game mode now. Oh. Yeah, I'm really liking the vibe in here. This place has got vibes. So where does the warden get me? So I'm going to get a little bit cheaty and do it like this. Where is it? Oh. Speaking of getting cheaty, what's going on here? Is this like an ice boat race? I think it is. Oh. Oh, dang. This would be so much fun to play. Oh, look how far it goes. Then it takes you up here. You go up, you go around. Back down again. This is awesome. Where's the warden, though? Feel like I'm getting closer. Oh, is that like a secret wall? With armor stands? That's clever. Am I getting closer to it or not? Where is it? Is it in here? Oh, wait, it's up top. Oh, it's out here. I'm not sure if that's supposed to give me darkness while I'm exploring, but if I get up here, it might do. Hello, Mr. Daytime Warden. How you doing? What's up, buddy? It's just chilling on the rooftop. It feels well out of place being up there. Okay, never mind. Exploring this place in the dark would have been pretty cool. Give him a hug? It's defending the castle. Okay. Well, the sound that it adds is awesome. Oh. Oh, it brings... Oh, wait, that's not quite the same one. It brings us down here, though. Is a warden a suitable anti-phantom air defense? Oh my god, imagine if it was. This is where I thought we just came out a moment ago. That is a grand chandelier. It's got a wild bunny in here. What the heck? Wait, is it leashed up? It didn't look like it was leashed. I think it is. I think I can see something. Oh, no, maybe not. Whoa. Oh, wait. It's escaping. Did I do a bad thing? Yo, these are its vanilla animations, and they are wild. They are wild. I'm kind of worried that thing's going to jump off the edge now, so I'm going to switch out to creative mode. Let's explore this thing from up above. Very cool. I'm sure we didn't see all of it. I know we didn't, because we didn't go up here. I'm going to go like this. See if there's anything up here. All a work in progress, this bit, I imagine. Very cool, Spooky. I love the castle. I love the warden on the top. And the ice boat thing is awesome. At some point, I want to play that. Looks like a lot of fun. There's also some sort of Strider lava system. I don't know what this is and why it's here, but okay. Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you for the inspiration. Let's pop back on a Hermitcraft. As for is the warden anti-phantom? It might be. It might attack a phantom. I don't know. Okay, let's chuck this stuff away. I don't think I've actually filled up my cobble supply back yet, but we'll get there eventually, won't we? These things get to go up here. And the junk starts to accumulate again, as it would do. Myth busting time. That would be a great myth bust, wouldn't it? But the thing is, would you want a warden right next to you if you needed, like, anti-air defense from the phantoms? Because the warden would probably attack you. 4 minutes ago, we had Iron Modesty here with the Prime subscription for 33 months. Thank you so much, my dude. Appreciate ya. Thanks for coming in and supporting. End dimension next, right? Dang, this music right here, I like it. It's got a really castle-y vibe. Ugh, that kind of like hurt my throat. That's the one impression I can half do. Flame Plaz, welcome back. I think I need to drink some water. Dang, my voice gets like kind of dry talking for ages. Hydrate, people. No excuses. Drink up. You already have that soundbite, says Autumn. Which one is that? Ow. Owie. Wow, that is noises in my ear. How's my hot cup of tea? I was going to go make another one, and then I was like, oh, one more block. And then, well, at this point, I can't be bothered. At this point, I can't be bothered. Right, let's do some more. Bam. Maybe get some Enderman heads in the process. Or not, or not. The piglin one. Oh, okay. Hmm. Where is Skiz, says Flameplaz? Not on Hermitcraft at the moment. Right, we did a lot of digging today. I got my fix. I need to get more rockets. Should have got them when I was in the Nether. You know, really great place to put them. Would be nice if I would remember it more often, you know? Alright, find me another portal. A smart thing to do is to make an item frame with an Enderman head so you can put it in your inventory and to pick them all up instantly. That is a smart thing to do. I imagine though that will get emptied and then there won't be an Enderman head there at some point. Although I guess when you're farming you can put one back in. It's not a bad idea, yeah. Right, I'm looking for a certain someone. They're right here. Surprise Mumbo. So I saw someone say that and I wondered, is Cutout Mumbo somewhere in here and I just didn't notice? Where did I go? I went like here. Where's Surprise? Where's Cutout Mumbo then? Or was it the other side in the overworld? Probably over there. Wardens will not attack phantoms. Well, there you go. It's been decided. I should turn off that, first of all. Wow, that is some sounds. So majestic and magical. Where is Cub? Rubber-dub Cub. Somewhere in this direction? Oh, he might be working on oh wow, look at all this. The boats. Cub might be working on the golf. He might be golfing it up. Oh look, here it is. Like there's one bit. Where's the next bit? Oh, over there, over there. Uh-huh. That looks cool. That looks cool. I love that it comes into this back area. This space here is like has been missing something and now it's got golf course. Love it. I might actually be following the course. I'm not really sure. We're just having a look. It's pretty sweet. It's going to be a lot of fun. When Cub did this in Season 7, it was remarkable. Or was it Season 6? It might have been 6. Which was like 6 years ago. Aha, here it goes over here. Dang, this is epic. This goes on and on and on and on and on. It just keeps going. There's the next hole. And from here, I ain't got a clue. Also, Cub fan ain't getting any closer. Now, there is a lot of concrete that goes... Oh, wait. Wait! There's an island and then it goes over here? No. Maybe we are getting close to where he is. Dirt. Oh, I might be able to help. Wow. This is gonna be crazy big. This is like mad lad stuff going on over here. We're also... I think we're not going where Cub is now. Look at that. Oh no, we're getting close. We're officially getting close. Oh wow, it goes up here. That's cool. And there's a little building there. Nice. Nice. Then it goes down here and there he is.
Xisuma!
Hey! Dude.
Howdy.
I cannot believe how far this golf course goes. I just followed it. Oh, yeah, I followed it around for a little bit. I
That's
wasn't
a
sure.
little distance, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure I was going to get to you. You were always like small on the little hotbar.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then at some point we're going in a different direction, and then we're coming back towards you. But yeah, you're working on this.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Working on the golf
wild.
course a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
That's sweet. So do you actually need dirt, or are you just getting it out of the way?
I'm just digging up the. Whoops, this is the wrong stripe. Hang on. Yeah, I'm just digging up the terrain to put down moss and terracotta for the fairways.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would have offered you some dirt if you needed it, but clearly you don't.
No, I
You're
got
good.
way too much dirt.
Yeah. Oh man,
What are
mate.
you up to, X? What are you up to?
I've been digging a hole in Minecraft. Who
You're
would have
digging a
thought?
hole?
Yeah. I end up
That's a
doing that a
crazy thing
lot
to
in
do
this
in
game. Yeah.
That's cool. Is there any particular use for the hole? That you...
I'm gonna build my master music system in it, which, by the way,
Oh, nice.
I'm starting to see now that like these ideas are created like in isolation. Like I made a lot of plans without being on here and reacting to stuff that happens. Does that make sense? Like,
Sure.
You're in your own little world making plans. Playing your game with Scar and Etho and Jevin, like, has really kicked up some ideas in my head.
Oh, the dueling pianos. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun time.
I've been thinking all this, like, you know, compose your own song, whereas, like, really you want something more simple and accessible, which is what you created. I really inspired.
Awesome, man. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been thinking of creating like a similar, maybe not dueling, but like a much easier to get into little music machine where you can just play. I won't bore you with the details, but you got me cooking up some ideas basically.
Cool. Good stuff, man. Yeah. That's awesome. That's what Minecraft's about, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Getting inspired by one another. Yeah. Cub, one of these years, I want to do a season of Hermitcraft where I have 0 plans, and it is just react. You know.
Sure.
See where the moment takes you, because I rarely do that.
I see.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to playing golf as well. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, it should be good. We're over halfway to the end now, so...
Like, it took me a second. It's like halfway to the end. I'm like, wait a minute. You could have told me we're at the end and I would have been like... You know, it's a long way, yeah. Well,
yeah, because we came all the way out here, X. We came all the way out here. Now we got to go all the way back.
Oh my god, that is mental. How many hours? How long have you been working on this for then?
I don't even keep track.
Dang, dude.
Lots of hours, hours, basically.
What, you started it like a few weeks ago, maybe a month? Like, time goes quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has helped. I will say it has helped a lot because we've gotten some help from like B-Dubs. He's given us some moss. Alice gave us a bunch of terracotta.
That's wonderful.
So that's helped out a lot.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's helped out a ton. So I didn't have to go and mine a bunch of stuff myself. Oh, that's the wrong one.
That's the wrong one. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. Cub, by the way, I'm live and I'm wrapping up, so I thought I'd come. You're live as well, right?
I am.
I can. Thank goodness for that little mod that lets us see what's what, right?
Oh yeah.
Little tab mod.
Yeah, that's mine.
So yeah, I'll send my people over to you then, and
okay.
I guess they'll be building more of this for you, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Sure. Do you want to play this whole X? Do you want to play real quick?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, absolutely. Okay, right.
All right.
Hang on.
All right. So I don't know if you can see all the way down there to the. See where XP's farm is? His nether tree farm down in this.
I don't have that loaded. Let me do it. Hang on.
Yeah, fly straight here and then sort of circle to the right.
Let's jump into open streaming.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, so I go down here. Okay, I'm at the end where the water is.
Okay, so turn right.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh wow, and there's a farm.
Yeah, it's not quite. There needs to be more fairway here, but it's not quite done. But this is the hole here.
So that's the end. Okay.
Yep. So we gotta go back to the start now, which is up the hill over this way.
Okay. Is the start just? Oh, is it further up? Is there like something distinctive? Here. Ah, I didn't spot these when I was flying over earlier. Okay, yeah, I remember. I remember. So what's the
Alright, let
trick?
me-
You have the trident and the ender pearl, right?
Yes, you have 3 different here. I'll give you there we go. All right, here I'll give you the stuff.
Okay.
Do you have space in your inventory for 3 tridents and some pearls?
I do. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll throw you this. These are your 3 clubs.
Do I keep on my
Driver,
wings?
Wedge, iron. You take off your wings.
Okay.
You may also, I don't know if you have feather falling on your boots or not, but you may want boots with feather falling.
Yeah,
too.
I got feather falling.
Okay. So you put your trident in your main hand.
Yep.
You put your pearls in your offhand.
Got it.
Then you step in the water.
Uh-huh.
You hold right click to charge the trident, release it, and then immediately right click to launch the pearl. I don't know if you remember from a long time ago. It's been years, X.
I know. It feels like it's instinctive, but I might get it wrong. So like hold down and then when you release, you double click.
Here, take a practice shot against this wall of dirt here. Hang on.
That's a good idea.
Aim for the dirt. Aim for the dirt.
Okay.
There you go.
I think that works, but it was very close. But I dispatched to the ender pearl, so
yeah, you did launch quickly, so that was good. That was good.
All right then. Wish me luck.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, it goes. It goes.
Yeah.
Wait, it probably went into unloaded chunks.
No, I think you're in the water. I think it's just.
I'm in the water.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, so in this case, what you do if you're in the water, you go to the surface X.
Yeah.
Swim to the surface of the water.
I'm there.
Where are you at, bud? Oh, there you are. You're way down here. Okay, yeah, I see you.
Do I get a shoot from here?
You shoot from right there. Yep.
Oh my God.
You may
Okay.
want to use a different trident.
Yeah, I will.
Or no trident even.
I don't think the pearl went.
Oh yeah, you got to be careful on these shots. Yeah. Try again.
Oh, weird.
Oh, okay, there was a regular shot. Okay.
That was like, I don't think I actually used my trident, which is strange.
I don't think so. Yeah, it looked like you were just throwing normal. You're closer now though.
Yeah. Oh, there.
Oh, yeah. You do have to be careful of the offhand stuff.
Yeah. Okay, this time.
Oh, and then okay, so X here.
Yeah.
Since you're on the tree, go underneath the tree as best you can.
Okay.
As if you were to like fall through it. Yeah, there you go. So you play from there. Yep, perfect. All right, here he is. Does he make it?
Yeah.
On the pole.
Woo.
And then in. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Good job.
Dude, I'm so looking forward to playing this again. It's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
For sure. Right, I'll send my people over to you. I'll wrap up my stream and yeah, I'm sure they'll have a good time here.
Awesome. If you could put the tridents back.
Oh, no, I'm just gonna leave without them. Sorry about that. No, there they are. There they are.
All right, sweet.
Cool.
Sweet, man.
Right, I'll send them over. Oh, I'm out of the group. I left. But yeah.
Cheers, X. Appreciate it.
See you, dude. All right, peeps, you know what's going on now. I got to fly all the way back. I'm actually going to scout that portal out there. So let me go set up the raid. By the way, TBNR Woods coming in for 36 months. Appreciate you, my dude. Right as we were hanging out with Cub, I think. Didn't want to forget you there. So let's get that raid going. Thank you so much, people. I appreciate your support. And where's Cub? Where's Cub? There we go. I found Cub. Stick around for more Hermitcraft, people. You got golf to enjoy next. All right, the raid is underway. So thank you again, everyone. I will probably stream early in the day on Sunday, as I like to do these streams, you know, every other day. That's kind of my pace. We'll just be back on Hermitcraft, probably digging a hole again. So thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day and enjoy some more Hermitcraft.